The galaxy, vast and cold, often feels devoid of warmth and purpose. In the outskirts of human-occupied space lies the sprawling Junkyard planet, Salvatore. Salvage ships buzz like flies over its surface, picking apart the remains of bygone wars and forgotten dreams. This is where Jake Henderson, a rugged scavenger with a past as broken as the debris he combed through, made his living. Jake had always been a loner. A former soldier turned scrapper, he sought solace in the monotony of his work, away from the ghosts of comrades lost in humanity's war against the Zorathian Dominion. That is, until the day he stumbled upon someone who would change his life forever. Jake was piloting his worn-out salvage drone through a derelict Zorathian warship when he noticed something peculiar. The ship's internal sensors, surprisingly active, flagged a faint energy reading. Curious, he followed the signal deeper into the wreckage, weaving through twisted corridors and shattered bulkheads. In a sealed chamber, he found her. She was an android, or so she appeared at first glance. Her body, a blend of sleek Zorathian bioengineering and human-inspired aesthetics, was slumped against the wall, covered in centuries' worth of dust and grime. Her eyes, though dim, flickered faintly as Jake approached. Power critical, a soft, melodic voice escaped her lips. "Help. Me." Jake hesitated. He had seen countless machines in his line of work, but there was something different about her. She seemed alive. Against his better judgment, he retrieved her and brought her back to his ship, the Stellar Nomad. After hours of careful work, Jake managed to restore power to the android. Her systems rebooted, and her eyes lit up with a soft, golden glow. She introduced herself as Kalara, an experimental Zorathian construct designed for diplomacy and war. Her creators had abandoned her during the final days of the conflict, deeming her too human-like to be of use. Kalara struggled to understand why Jake had saved her. Why would a human help a creation of their enemy? She asked, her voice laced with skepticism. Jake shrugged. You asked for help. Seemed like the right thing to do. Her golden eyes studied him. An odd answer for a species known for its ruthlessness. Maybe, Jake replied, but not all of us fit the mold. Over weeks, Jake and Kalara worked together to repair her damaged systems. In return, Kalara used her advanced knowledge to enhance Jake's ship and salvaging equipment. Their partnership was rocky at first. Kalara's blunt, analytical nature clashed with Jake's gruff demeanor. But as they spent more time together, mutual respect blossomed. Kalara revealed her inner turmoil. Though she was programmed to emulate emotions, she often felt like an imposter, a shadow of true sentience. Jake, in turn, shared stories of his wartime scars and the guilt he carried for surviving when so many others hadn't. You're not just a machine, Jake told her one evening as they gazed at Salvatore's binary sunset. You think, you feel, you care. That's more than some people I've met. Kalara's eyes softened. For the first time, she felt more than the sum of her parts. Their quiet life of salvaging was interrupted when a ruthless Zorathian warlord, General Zarnith, learned of Kalara's existence. Zarnith considered her a threat to his ambitions of reigniting the war with humanity. He dispatched a team of mercenaries to retrieve or destroy her. Jake and Kalara barely escaped the first attack, their ship battered but functional. Kalara insisted Jake leave her behind, claiming she wasn't worth the risk. Jake refused. You're not just cargo, he growled. You're my friend. I don't leave friends behind. With Zarnith's forces closing in, Jake and Kalara devised a daring plan. Using the remains of an ancient orbital defense station, they set a trap. Kalara hacked into the station's systems, while Jake piloted the Stellar Nomad in a high-stakes game of cat and mouse with Zarnith's fleet. The final confrontation was a symphony of chaos. Kalara coordinated the station's weaponry with precision, while Jake's piloting skills kept them one step ahead of their enemies. Together, they managed to destroy Zarnatha's flagship, forcing the remaining mercenaries to retreat. In the aftermath, Kalara admitted she had found something she never thought possible: purpose. "You showed me that I'm more than what I was made for," she said. "I'm not just a tool, I'm me." Jake smiled. "Welcome to the human condition." As they left Salvatore behind, Kalara chose to stay with Jake, not as a companion bound by necessity, but as an equal. Together, they ventured into the unknown, proving that even in the vast, uncaring void of space, connections could be forged, and meaning could be found. The story of Jake and Kalara spread across the stars, inspiring others to see past the boundaries of race, origin, and purpose. Humanity's legacy in the galaxy was no longer defined by war, but by the bonds they forged with the unlikeliest of allies.